Hi everybody, welcome to PSLE Problem Sum series. Today we have this question involving fraction where the numerator or denominator is being changed. So, how are we going to solve this question? Now, on first sight, it looks like this question is about fractions. So, but the problem is you really cannot use fraction to solve it. You cannot use a normal fraction operation. So, how do we do? Now, one of my students actually suggests to me that you can do listing, but listing is a bit of a try and error. If you do try and error, it depends on your luck. If your luck is good, maybe you manage to finish in 5 minutes. If not, you might spend 15 minutes and you are still stuck. So that's not the way, especially if you're aiming for AL1. So how do we do this question? Now, after reading the question, I realized that this question actually can be solved using ratio, and it's actually quite simple. How do we do it? Let's read. Yuki was thinking of a fraction. When she added 5 to the denominator, the fraction becomes 1/4 in its simplest form. When she subtracted 4 from the denominator, the fraction becomes 2/5 in the simplest form. What was the fraction that Yuki was thinking of? So first, every time we start, let's try to picture what the question is trying to say. So what it's trying to say is that we have a fraction which we don't know what it is. Okay, I'm just going to use two boxes here to represent the unknown. Okay, if we add 5, okay, and it becomes 1/4. Same thing. If we minus 4, it's going to become 2/5. Now, if you notice something, the numerator was never changed throughout the whole process. I mean, throughout both scenario, not really the whole process, two separate process. Throughout the whole both scenario, the numerator was never changed. But if you want to do ratio method, you realize that you cannot have two scenario. So how to combine these two scenario into one process from start to end? So now, if I can just put this into perspective, this is my beginning. I'm just going to call this beginning. Begin. Okay. First, I plus 5. I'm just going to write a D there to show there is a denominator. Plus 5 denominator, I will get 1/4. And if I minus 4 denominator, I will get 2/5. And you notice that both arrow goes in different directions. So we cannot do ratio if it's that way. So we try to reverse this particular arrow. See the one I highlight? Yeah. If we can try to reverse this arrow, then we have an issue. Then we will have no issue. So I'm just going to reverse this arrow. If I reverse this arrow, that means my plus 5 denominator, I need to minus 5. Makes sense, right? Because whatever I have beginning, if I plus 5 to the denominator, I get 1/4. So from this, if I minus 5 back to from this origin, from this ratio, from this fraction, I should get back my beginning fraction. Yes? Yes. So if I take this out, am I right to say I will only have this? Okay, let's just try to put it. 1/4. And I minus 9 denominator. I will get 2/5. Am I right to say this? And I think this is the key to solving this using the ratio method. If you're not able to see this, you cannot solve it using ratio method. So now let's try ratio. How to solve it using ratio? I'm just going to put the numerator to denominator. So 1/4, I'm just going to put 1:4. Okay, what's going to happen? Minus 9 denominator. So here it is going to be minus 9. And it becomes 2:5. Right? Now notice that this is a one side unchanged concept. Your numerator was never changed right from the start until the end. It was never changed. So if what we should do, we should make both ratio the numerator side the same. So 1:4. If we times 2 both sides, what do we get? I'll use a different color. times 2 times 2. And we'll get the new ratio for the start will be 2 is to 8. And it becomes very clear if it's 2 unit to 8 unit, and it becomes 2 unit to 5 unit. So 8 unit minus 5 unit would give you 9. Three unit is 9. So 1 unit is 3. So let's check out both the ratio. Let's check out both fraction. This would be 2 is to 5. So 2 times 3 will be 6. 3 times 5 will give you 15. And this one, 2 times 3, 6. Yes. 8 times 3, 24. Okay, and this was 1 quarter. It will simplify to 1 quarter. And this will simplify to 2/5. Okay, so this is my beginning fraction. So just take either one of them, reverse the process, and you'll find your beginning fraction. So let's look at the 1 quarter. If we add 5 to a denominator, it becomes 1 quarter. So now we subtract 5. Subtract 5 from this, 24 minus 5, and it will give you 19. The numerator remains unchanged, so the fraction is actually 6 over 19. You can test this out with the other one. 6 over 15. Okay, we subtract 4. So we reverse it, we add 4. So 15 plus 4 will give you 19. Numerator unchanged, so it's also 16 over 19. It agrees, therefore this is the correct answer. And the answer is 6 over 19.